finished your artwork, you might want to use a fixative. This will help the pastels stick and stay on your surface, be it an art journal or a canvas or on a mixed media board, whatever it is that you have been having fun with. These are some of the ones that I use. Fixatives are usually sprayed on, and what I would say is look for a fixative that is matte. So matte can be spelled M-A-T, M-A-T-T, and sometimes M-A-T-T-E. There's 3 ways, but you're looking for a matte spray. If you use a matte spray or a workable fixative, that means that you can still keep applying other art supplies to it and they won't bead up. It's just freezing things in time. I have found that just about any brand will do the job. These are fancier brands, Winsor & Newton and Schminker. They do beautiful fixatives as well, but I honestly couldn't tell you if these work better than these. In a pinch, you can also use hairspray, but because hairsprays often contain vitamins and oils and things that are meant to be good for your hair, they're not going to be quite as good as just a straight out art fixative. I don't know if you can notice, but all of my tins here are kind of a bit rusty. That just goes to show how long I've had them for and how long a spray can of fixative lasts. I don't tend to add too much to them, to my artwork. I use it at the very, very end. Always the spray fixatives will have lots of directions and you must follow those directions. I tend to do my spraying outside. For a start, it can get create a bit of a cloud and make you cough. It's not very pleasant to breathe in. But also, because this is a varnish, if you're spraying it on your work surface, you are spraying varnish on your work surface and you will be able to feel it build up on the work surface. It can also make the pastel stick to the work surface. You're fixing it to your work surface. So best to use it outside. I usually wait for a nice sunny day or break in the weather. I go outside and I do a whole bunch of just spraying just throughout a journal. What I like to do is, and again, each fixative will have its instructions, but I'm just going to tell you what I do. I spray lightly going in one direction over my artwork, let it breathe for a moment. I come back and spray in a different direction, let it dry for a moment, come and spray in a different direction. Usually the propellant or an ingredient in this is a form of alcohol, so it does dry very, very quickly, so that's a fantastic thing. But that's also what gives you the bit of the fumes and can make you feel a little bit giddy if you just huff too much of it. It's best to use this outside. Again, follows the instructions. Most fixatives have warnings on them. Follow them. Just remember, you cannot travel with a fixative. This is a handmade journal that I created. I've got special pastel paper in here that I can put watercolor on. So I have a whole video of me creating this. So I've got the pastel paper. This is by UArt. Then I've got watercolor on underneath. Then I've put on some of my Palette Pastels and my beautiful Mermaid shimmering pastels. That's what I've got here in this rain of confetti. It's so pretty. And then I've also got some of the glimmering mermaid pastels here in the eyes and some of the mineralized pastels. That's these ones, these beautiful golds. So I've got lots of lovely things happening. And let me just show you, if I don't use a fixative, what happens. If I close my journal, that's what I'm talking about, this little bit of cross transference where there's excess pastel on here and it might pop off on this side. To be completely honest with you, that does not worry me at all. If I had a bit of cross transference of that, I can just easily remove it. I tend to delay fixatives for as long as I can. If I come along and rub this, or if someone comes along and rubs it, why they would be rubbing your journal, I don't know. But this is what happens if you come along and you rub it. you will definitely be able to move that fixative. Just as if I come along and add water on top of my watercolor, I'll start to, shake things up. I'll start to move things around. So you might want to put on some fixative. Now, normally I would spray this outside. You do need to shake fixatives up first just to mix all those ingredients. Some of them have a mixing ball, so you need to get that activated. This one doesn't. Because I'm spraying inside and I just don't want fixative sprayed all over my work surface and supplies, I'm just going to put a little bit of paper towel down. So I'm giving that a little light spray. Now, I don't know if you saw that, but it instantly dulled the colours down. This is what fixatives will do. Now, don't panic. This has alcohol in it. That's the main propellant. It is with all of these. As the alcohol evaporates, a lot of that colour will come back. I can see the colour already coming back. So I gave it one mist going this way. I'm going to give it another mist, but I'm going to go the other way. Like so. Give this another little spray. It will dull it down again, maybe not as much as the first time, but sometimes that can feel like that. Just wait a second, just giving the alcohol just a second, just enough time to evaporate. And because this is an alcohol base, it's not going to disturb the watercolor. So I might go on a diagonal for the third spray. And the reason I'm going in different directions is just to make sure I hit every single particle of pigment that's on there. And because, this does have a 3D quality about it, I'm hitting it from all angles, all sides. So I've gone this way, this way, this way, and now I'm just going to go this way. I'm using this on a fairly small piece. While I'm just waiting for that to dry completely, I may as well give this girl a little hit where there are these little darker dots. I actually love it. But that will start to disappear as the alcohol in here starts to disappear as well. If the fixative is really splatty and horrible, you might want to clean the nozzle. I'm going to give it another one. Again, it's gone dark there, and as the alcohol evaporates, it lightens up. I might give her eyes a little bit more of a hit. Again, not enough to disturb anything. It's drying very, very, very quickly, so I can turn the page already. And what I would actually do is, come and give her a little bit of a spray. If I was going through a journal, spray, go back to the other side, spray in a different direction. Now, this should be dry enough. And that's with rubbing my finger off and on it again. Remember, the first time was like this. So there is a little bit of picking up there because I have applied this very, very thickly. So I'm getting a little bit of rubbing, which means I could add a little bit more fixative if I wanted to, or I can just make sure not to rub my artwork. That is the decision that I would leave to you as a creative person. I would say that's fine. That is not what is going to happen when I put just the page on. That is me, braiding it. I can already see that one there. That will have a little bit of a cross transference, but no, the yellows are pretty stuck. Really have to get in there and abrade that to get it to cross transfer. And what is the likelihood of me doing that? Very, very, very small likelihood of me doing that or allowing someone else to do that. So it's up to you how much fixative you want to add. One spray will actually help things click. 2 sprays will help things stick to the page even better. On and on, it's totally up to you. The fixative that you use is, I say, any brand. The other thing you can use in a pinch is hairspray. Now you want to use cheap hairspray that doesn't have any oils or any conditioning treatments in it. You want just cheap and nasty hairspray. That will also work as a fixative. If you have something with oils and conditioners in it that can actually mark your paper, it can discolor the paper as well. You just want something that will basically glue your pastels to the page.
I hope you found this information helpful and that it helps on your art journey.